Hello everyone, welcome back again to Selenium WebDriver with Java session 23. In today's session, I will discuss about XPATH Reverse Axes in Selenium WebDriver version 4 with Java. So in the last session, you already learned about the XPath forward axis. So forward axis is nothing. Suppose in case you are identifying element or you are identifying a node, and in the forward axis, like you can traverse from forward direction or means like from that one node you can go down to the right nodes below to the node. Whereas reverse axis is completely different or reverse, where you can identify element and you can go to the upward direction or reverse way to identify more element from that node. In XPath, reverse axis refer to specific axes that navigate the XML document structure in reverse document order, moving from the current node towards the root or earlier in the document. This contrasts with forward axis, which navigate towards descendant or later in the document. User can narrow down the matches by adding more details about the HTML element like tag name, attribute, etc. Reverse axis move upward or backward from the current node in the XML tree. When using positional predicates, like example indexing 1 or last, with reverse axis, the positions are determined in reverse document order. For example, preceding sibling star with that particular index 1 selects the immediately preceding sibling as it is the first in reverse document order from the current node. Understanding reverse axis is crucial for accurately selecting nodes when the desired target is located before the current context in the XML document structure. There are primarily couple of reverse axes available in Selenium WebDriver like parent, preceding sibling, ancestor, and ancestor-or-self. Parent, it specifies the parent of the current node, whereas preceding select all nodes in the document that are before the context node in document order, excluding ancestor and attribute node. Whereas preceding sibling select all sibling nodes that come before the context node in document order. An ancestor is nothing but specifies the ancestors of the current element or node, which include the parent up to the root HTML document. Whereas ancestor-or-self, it specifies the current element of all the element that's come before the current element or not. So what is the example? You can identify element with any of the tag or any other attribute. After that, you can use something called parent, preceding sibling, ancestor, like that. You can give colon, right? After that, you can give some tag name or any other thing, right? And you can identify the element and then you can do the operation. Now let's see the implementation of the reverse axis in Selenium WebDriver, primarily with XPath. Okay, so this is the website, right? If you open the website and let's after opening the website, let's identify any element. Okay, so here what we'll do, we'll try to identify this element Selenium. Let's right click and click on inspect button. Okay, so what we can do, we can try to identify this Selenium element. You could see this is title with a, sorry, tag name is starting with a or anchor tag, and there is the text available called Selenium. So what I can do, I can create a XPath, press Control F / anchor tag, give third bracket at the rate, or no need to give at the rate because this is the text syntax, equal to the value of the text. So that is the, you can create a XPath. You could see 1 out of 1 element is being displayed. Okay, so what I did already, I have created a class called XPath Reverse Axes, and here I have created an object or instance for the driver, maximizing it and trying to like open that URL, whatever we are interacting now. So this is the way I can create the XPath for the Selenium web element. Now from that element, what I can do, I can try to create the parent, identify what is the parent. So this is the parent axis. It specifies the parent of the current node. So what you can do, after that XPath, you can give slash and you can enter parent. You can give colon. If you do not know something, you can give star. You could see this is the parent, which is the h4, or you can give h4 as well. So that is the way you can try to create the parent of this particular element. So this is the parent. Okay, now we already understood the parent, and from the parent also, right, if you want to give more thing, if you want to go to the other parent, right, from this h4 parent, you could see this is the div tag. Okay, what I can do again, I can give some slash parent, I can give colon colon, after that I can give div. You could see the other tag is being displayed, right? So from that way we can go to the parent of every node. Okay, so I can use this one to go to that. Actually this is the child here, and this is the parent, this is the child, this is the parent, and this is the grandparent. That is the way I can go like that wise. Okay, then again if you go to that one div tag, other parent tag, you can also go with like that way, same way. You can give something called again parent colon colon again div tag. You could see, because that is the way, because you are going to the upward direction from the bottom to top. So that is the way you need to give it if you want to go with the parent, like step by step. Now let's discuss about this preceding. So you already identify the selenium element. Here what we can do, we can type that preceding access, again give colon colon, you just give star. You could see all the preceding tags you are able to identify it. What is preceding? It selects all nodes in the document that are before the context node in the document order, excluding ancestor and attribute node. It will not identify ancestor. Excluding ancestor, it will able to do it. So if you go to the top, you could see head is coming, but not the HTML tag. It is highlighting because HTML tag is the ancestor here. It is not able to identify that ancestor, right, tag with the help of the preceding. Okay, now if you give some tags, say if you want to do some meta, okay, instead of star you can give something called meta. You could able to see all the tag with meta tag, whatever is there, right? If you want to go with some div again, you could see 108 tag if available. Okay, these are all our ancestor. If you give something called input, let's see whether any input is there or not. No input is there. Okay, if you give something called form, nothing is there called form. Okay, h4, see, yes, h4 tag is there. Okay, there are a couple of h4 tags, 6 h4 tag is available. So that is the way you can try to create the XPath using the preceding access. Now we will see about the preceding siblings. It will select all sibling nodes that come before the context node in the document order. So here instead of preceding, we can just give here preceding hyphen sibling. Okay, and you can give star preceding sibling. Okay, so nothing, it looks like nothing is available. Let's check preceding hyphen sibling. Sibling colon colon give star. Okay, nothing, you are able to get it. Okay, in the sibling, preceding sibling, we are not able to understand anything. Okay, get it anything. Let's give something, this one, this parent. Let's give. Okay, here if you give something called preceding sibling, okay, you could see for this one, this is the sibling, right? Because in that particular thing, there are two elements available. Initially, this was the element, but this is the, from here, if you go to the parent, this parent, right? And this parent is having two children. So excluding one, this is the another sibling available. So from this node, I can try to go with that particular preceding sibling. I can use it. So that is the way you need to check whether any siblings is available or not in the preceding order. Then only it will able to get the value. Otherwise, it will be giving a zero value. So here, if you instead of a, if you instead of star, if you change it to a, you could able to get it. Okay, so it will still work. Now we'll see about this last two, ancestor and ancestor or self. Ancestor is nothing, it specifies the ancestor of the current element or node which include the parent up to the root HTML. Using preceding, you will not able to see that HTML. Okay, you will not able to see the HTML. If you give star, you will not able to see the HTML till head tag. You are able to get it, right? Not the HTML tag. But if you give that one something called ancestor, you could see it is highlighting the HTML tag as well. It is highlighting, right? So ancestor, it specifies the ancestor of the current element or nodes which include the parent up to the root HTML. So that is the primary one of the difference you can understand. That using preceding, you can go, you can select all the nodes in the document that are before the context node in the document order, excluding ancestor and other attribute node. Whereas ancestor, you can go till the root HTML. Okay, and here as you can give ancestor or self. Okay, which will specify the current element or all element that come before the current element or node, including that your original element. So that is the reason you could see that output is coming as 22, including that current element as well. Okay, but in case you are giving ancestor, it will be giving you total 21, excluding the current element. Whereas ancestor or self means it will give you the current element and all the ancestor as well. So it is coming as 22. But now if you just remove this part, you could able to see it will be giving you 21 result. So ancestors, all ancestor excluding your current node, it will give you called ancestor. Okay. Now let's try to implement something. Okay, let's go with some other example as well. So what we will do from here, ancestor or self or ancestor we have identified. Okay, so ancestor we have identified here. If we give div, okay, you could see these are the element you are able to see. But inside the div, if you want to get this element, okay, whereas class is there, let's try to identify it. How you will do it? Inside the div tag, you can give something called third bracket, add the attribute. You can use the attribute. Okay, you could see one element is being displayed. Okay, to one of two. Now if you want to get only one element, so what you can do, you can completely give the bracket whole part. This is the XPath, you can give the bracket completely. Within the bracket, one of two is coming. Now you can go with the indexing. You can give the indexing, right? You could see one element is being displayed. So that is the way also you can use it. Now if you want to, from here, if you want to use the other one, right, called ancestor, sorry, 1 second, you can go give like ancestor colon star. You could see one of 8 element is being displayed, including HTML. If you want to identify the HTML, you can see only one out of one element is being displayed. Similarly, in ancestor or self also you can give it ancestor or self hyphen or hyphen self. Okay, and here you can change with star, so it will give you all the ancestor including HTML. Now you can try to use the parent here. Instead of ancestor or self, you can give the parent, and you can give that star colon star. You could see you are able to get the parent as well. Now if you want to get something from here also, you can use like preceding siblings, ancestor, right, ancestor or self. Again also you can combine the forward axis as well. So you already came here. Okay, slash slash okay, this part you already came here, and from where you can also use following sibling. Okay, or following. Let's try to use following sibling with the both combination forward and reverse axis. You can give something called div. You could see one of one element we are able to understand it, identify it, right? So that is the way you can use combinations like reverse axis and forward axis combination also you can use. In the like forward axis, what you see, following siblings, right? All this part. And reverse axis you already seen what is the way you can use that. Parent, preceding sibling, ancestor-or-self, like that. Okay. You can also try to use here from here directly. You can create element, say this one. Okay. Let's remove this part. Okay, so this is the part I want to directly create it. So what I can give that, remove this part completely, and I can give slash slash div third bracket at the rate class equal to. Okay, you could see one of 40 element is been displayed. Now you can back completely give the bracket, and now you can use indexing. Okay, like that you can use the indexing, and from where you can use the other one, right? Preceding siblings. Let's see, preceding star. Okay, you could see 265 element is displayed. So these are the way, right? You can, your objective, what is your objective? You need to always identify the element uniquely, and you can use something called preceding sibling if any sibling is available. Okay, might be there is no siblings available, so it is giving you zero result. So that happened because in that particular parent node the similar child is not there, that is the reason is coming as zero. Now let's see the implementations. Okay, so what we will do, we will try to use something called create the ancestor. uh, okay, we can go here. Let's identify element selenium, whatever we identified, right? Let's identify the selenium element. What is the way we identified? This is the way we have identified. Let's give it. Okay, we already identified. Now from here go to the ancestor. Okay, what ancestor we can go? We can go this one, right? This one I can go here. So what I can do, I can give here ancestor and colon div. Okay, all 18 element is being displayed here. I can give something called class at the rate class equal to the value. Okay, here I need to give at the rate class is fine. Okay, ancestor colon div. Okay, what is the problem here? It will be third bracket. Yeah, you could see one of one element is being displayed. We are able to identify the whole element. Now I want to get all the siblings in that node. Then what I can do? I can use following sibling hyphen following sibling colon div following. You could see one of four element excluding this part, right? So excluding selenium, I want to get all the siblings. So Java, QTP, SAP beginners and Linux is coming. So that is the way, right? I'm using both forward and reverse axis, and for this element with the combination I want to get other child, whatever is sibling, right? Other child within the same parent. So I'm able to get 4. Now this XPath you can try to use it, and I have already opened it. So what I can do, similar kind of element I want to just get it. So what I will call, I will be calling it the find elements method. find elements. So it will be giving me the list of element. I will be using by.xpath, and I can give the XPath value. I can end with colon, and return type is list of web element. And I can create some variable here called element options. Okay, equal to, that's all. Now what I can do, if I want to get the text right, or get size, so it is displaying total size as 4. So let's see whether size is coming as 4 or not. Dot size method I can call it. It is coming from the list, return type is integer, so it should be equal to 4. Now I can use enhance for loop. Return type is list of web elements, so you can use simply web element return type. I can give a new variable name called options and give colon old variable name. And here I want to print out this 4 option tag name as well as the text. So you can call again that new variable dot tag get tag name, right? It will be coming from the web element interface, return type is string, so it will be printed out. Apart from that, I want to get the text of this 4 element, right? What are the 4 element? Apart from Selenium, Java, QTP, SAP beginners and Linux, this part I want to get it. Option dot get text, you can get it. Okay, now let's run it and let's see what's happening here now. It will open the page. It will try to identify the element based on the XPath given. So it will be return type will be 4. Okay, and it will be printing me that different 4 value. Whatever element available in the same parent tag wherever Selenium was there, excluding Selenium. So Linux, SAP beginners, QTP and Java will be displayed. You could see 4. Output is 4. Tag name is deep for all the 4 element, and text is coming as Java, QTP, SAP beginner and Linux. So that is the way I can validate it. Now say here we have already identified the 4 element, but now what is the XPath we have given? This is the XPath we have given. Okay, now say from this one I want to get only identify Java, and I want to deal with that. So what I can do, you can give that bracket. Okay, and you can use indexing. You can give the bracket, and you can give come to the home end. Okay, and then you can give the indexing, because this is the index 1. You could see Java is highlighting. So this is giving a list only single element, so you can use divert.find element method, right? And you can print it out also. So let's something give SYSO, some differentiator, dealing with single element. Okay, using forward and reverse XPath Axes combination. Okay, so what I am doing, I am calling the driver dot find element method, because we are dealing with the single element, web element, by dot XPath, and I am giving the XPath value, and it will be giving me the list of web, only single web element. So I can store in web element, say what is the variable name, link Java, that is the Java link. Okay, then what I can do, I can check the existence of this link. The first thing, web element is displayed or not, is displayed, and then I can print the text also. Dot get text method. Okay, so that is the way I can deal with single or multiple element, but we are trying to like identify the element either based on the reverse axis or even combination of forward and reverse axis mechanism. So it will identify first one, it will identify all the element wherever this particular XPath is matching, and it will be giving the result as 4 again. It will be able to give you the tag name and the text, and the last one, this one is identifying only that Java link element or Java element, and it is also giving you the true is displayed, and it will be also giving the text as Java. You could see true and Java is coming. So that is the way you can try to deal with this XPath access. So forward access is nothing but where we can grow from the one element to the downward directions, and reverse axis we can go to the upward direction. From the node we can go to the parent, preceding sibling, ancestor or self. So most of the time whenever element are dynamic in nature, and maybe you are not able to identify the element with the help of the normal locator strategy like id, name, class name, css, all this part, you can definitely go with that XPath relative locator or chaining locator mechanism. But sometimes still you are not able to identify or identify the element uniquely. You can use that XPath access strategy where you can try to identify the element with the help of the forward and reverse access mechanism. And so once your identification is done for a single element or a list of similar element, after that you can do the interaction accordingly based on the element type. So that's all from today's lesson, guys. Thank you.